Hi, I'm Dan Sherman with Traci Cleary. Welcome again to Achieving Success. And Traci, I just have to show you this article that I cut out from AAA magazine, of all places. Now, I don't really read AAA magazine all that much because it's just on vacation spots. But this really, really caught my eye. This is the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, and it is pictures of the new theme park that's going up in Orlando.
Wow.
That's all about Harry Potter.
I love Harry Potter.
You do?
Yeah, I've read all of the books.
Okay.
They were fun.
Then you will love going to this place. They spent, obviously, millions and millions of dollars creating scenes out of the Harry Potter book.
Okay.
And the reason why this absolutely blew me away is because it's just the culmination of an amazing, amazing rags to riches story for J.K. Rowling, who was a welfare mother and was living on welfare and wrote the first book in a coffee shop because it was much more comfortable for her, along with her daughter in a stroller. And she went from rags to riches, pretty much living on welfare, to multimillionaire status in about 5 years.
Wow.
And
I love stories like that.
She's currently worth $1 billion.
You know, when people say miracles don't happen, they happen all the time.
They do.
Yes.
They do.
Yes.
And she really started with nothing. And I think that you need to be able to start from wherever you are.
Yes.
But you need to have some kind of personal power in order to do that and to not feel afraid or ashamed of where you are. You need to be able to use your personal power and start wherever you are to work on your dreams.
Absolutely, you do. Absolutely do. You know, you had spoken about the last time, really starting where you are. And not only do you have to be willing to start where you are, you really have to have the conviction of your vision and your belief to stick to it. Because when you are doing something like that, your outside picture can look so defeating. And, you know, if you're showing up in a coffee shop thinking, who am I? I'm on welfare, and what am I thinking writing this crazy, you know, make-believe world? You know, is this really going anywhere? That's your logical mind. That rational mind is going to come in there and challenge you and really create some doubt potentially. And you've got to have a much stronger center. I call it your heart. That's where you got to come from. That says, I believe in this, and that can override those self-defeating thoughts that will want to make you think, oh, this isn't going to work. I don't know if I'm wasting my time. Maybe I should be out there getting a job and not writing this story. So people like that I have so much respect for, because there's so much emotional fortitude within them to stay true to their beliefs and see the vision of what they want, and, you know, really stay committed, completely committed to that vision and go for it. And I think when you approach anything in life, you know, whether it's writing the book or creating a business or a marriage, it could be anything, but if you truly come at it from a very committed place, and you hold on to that vision even when everything else in the outside world is showing you a different picture, the results will eventually show up. And I think that's just a classic example of that happening.
Yes, because her picture of what was happening there, being on welfare, sitting in a coffee shop writing this book, was obviously so much different than the vision she wanted to create. I don't know if she'd imagined ever having her own theme park, but she imagined a better life for herself. So how does a person reconcile those two with what you're actually seeing with what you really want, and how do they keep going?
Right. I mean, and that goes so much into that law of attraction that we've talked about at different times, because you have the thinking and then you have the feeling. And the thinking is great for coming up with the concept, for example, like the book, you know, and the idea of what she's going to write about. But then really she knew what she wanted. I want to tell this story. There's such a powerful feeling somewhere within her that she was able to access and really tap into, that it was so important to get the story out to her. So that's going to override any of those doubts that come in from the rational mind that will allow her to stay focused and committed to that vision. And when you do that, things come back. You know, it's really that frequency. We talked about the energy of what you're going. And imagine if you're sitting there writing this book and you're getting excited about the story and you're like, oh, and what's going to happen next? I mean, I wasn't in her brain, I don't know, but I can imagine that writing it must have been an exciting process on some level for her, the whole creation process, and that energy of creation and fun and pulling all that to you is going to go back out and bring more opportunities back to you. So it doesn't mean there weren't moments, I'm sure, where she had doubts and questions and frustrations, but those didn't take hold too deeply, and she was able to come back to her, back to the heart and say, what do I want? I think sometimes you really have to know, what do I want, and am I willing to do, even if my outside picture says everything's different, am I willing to stick to my convictions and go after what I want? And people that do, they get the big results. So remember, a miracle is only a shift in thinking. It's just a shift in your thinking.
That's a good way to put it.
And feeling. So there you go.
All right, everybody go out there and write your own Harry Potter.
That's right, that's right. Well, I have a question for you today as well.
Sure.
We have a question from one of our viewers, and the question is, hey Dan, what do you recommend as the fastest way to get online and make money with no investment?
Okay, well, the first thing you should do is join a affiliate network called ClickBank.
Okay.
And ClickBank is called clickbank.com. It's free, and anybody can join it, and there's instant acceptance. There's no interview process with that network. You go to www.clickbank.com, and it's the largest seller of digital products in the world.
Wow.
They have about 300,000 different ebooks, membership sites, and software programs that you can sell as an affiliate. And the commissions are terrific. It pays between 50 and 75% for every one of these products that you sell.
Fantastic.
So that's a great place to get started. Now, you also have to promote these things. And there's lots of free website building tools. One of them is called Squidoo. And Squidoo is a place where you can go and build a website for free and pay no hosting costs, no hosting at all. And it costs you nothing to get started with a Squidoo lens. It's what it's called. So you can take a product off ClickBank that you really like, get your link, get your little affiliate link, put it on a Squidoo website that you've built for free with no hosting costs, and then do a review of that product or write about how you'd like to use that product or how you've used similar products, create some images, create some graphics and some stories about that product. Now you have what we would call an affiliate website. And all you need to do is send people to that affiliate site. When they click on that link and they buy that product, you're automatically credited 50 to 75% of the sale in your ClickBank account, and then you get a check once a month from ClickBank.
It's just amazing to me, all the different things and ways that people can get online and do this today. And you make it so easy.
Well, it's easy and it's free to get started. Once you get into it, you've got to experiment with different types of traffic sources. You've got to experiment with different types of advertising. But it is certainly easy, and it's certainly free to get started by using products off ClickBank and by using free website building tools like Squidoo.
Okay, fantastic. And please continue to send us your questions. We love them. It's what keeps us going here. And thank you.
Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you next time.